Well, good afternoon and welcome to Cheong Park on this lovely Tuesday afternoon for Anzac Day footy, the first of two games, of course, today. And it will be played between two Premier Division sides, South Croydon and the SBL Wolves. South Croydon, of course, runners-up in last year's Premier A Grand Final. Now both divisions are split, Premier A and B. And we've had a little bit of restructure, but nevertheless, the thing that stays the same is these two teams have played each other a couple of times, and it's going to be a great contest. My name's John Oven. It's a pleasure to have your company once again on the second women's match of the round so far in round one. And joining me, like he did last Saturday, is Trent Callan. Good morning, good afternoon to you, I should say, Trent.
Good afternoon, John. God, I nearly ran with good morning as well there. But seriously happy to be here, and it's a privilege to be calling on a day like today.
And he joined us in the fourth term of the last match of the round that we did. He's back again for the whole game this time. It is EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long. It's a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you, Jono. Beautiful conditions, as you said, out here at Cheong Park. It's an easy trip for me. I'm literally 2 minutes around the corner, so got to walk down, enjoy the sun, and hopefully a good game ahead with two really good sides that should be there come the pointy end of the season, Jono.
They are indeed very good sides, and as I mentioned, South Croydon couldn't quite get the chocolates on the last Saturday in August against the Eastern Devils, going down in that game. And of course, South Belgrave, Listerfield Wolves, don't think they played finals last year, but they'll be ready to make a go of it. They've got Olivia Flanagan fully committing.
Full time for the year, Jono, is that right? Full
time for the year, exactly. She will play the vice-captain role today. But there's plenty of other great players to watch for the Wolves, including, but not limited to, the captain Bailey Withers. She was with us on Media Day. She actually gave us the scoop that Olivia Flanagan would be with the Wolves full-time that night. And, she also said a couple of things to me as well, which weren't true, but nevertheless, so I won't disclose those.
Hello. Don't know what you're on about now.
Accusations of bias, perhaps, like Trent did last week.
Well, that's fair because...
That's fair, is it? Fair
but Jono, I'm expecting a bit of improvement from them last season. Obviously, there was only the 5 sides in Premier A last year, so only the one side missed out, which was the Wolves. But it's a new division, got some new sides in there, and with Flanagan especially full time, there's a good chance that they play finals this year. It's a big test today against South Croydon side, who again is there's a few different players here, but again it's going to be a really strong side and a side that'll be hard to beat.
Absolutely. Now, as I did address off air for South Belgrave Listerfield, there's actually going to be quite a few players named Ash on the field. Now there is potentially a bit of an in-joke that I might disclose on future female footy focus episodes. If I do, I'll probably get fined in the media team, but nevertheless. No, it's going to be great to watch. But let's look at South Croydon for a bit. Taylor Black.
Star.
An absolute star. Can't wait to see what she does today. Last year, Premier A, best and fairest in 2022. Also, Brenda Lay. She's a bit of a speedster as well. So we can just see the South Croydon players breaking from their huddle. Are we going to get off to an early start here? I think we are.
Straight into it. No national anthem, no nothing.
So they're just doing the one today, which will be ahead of the senior men's game, which is to follow, and a bit of a ceremony before the game.
Yep, fair enough.
So we're 10 minutes to. So we're a few minutes ahead, and that is fantastic from Kate. There, we're going to have a few tips given to us throughout the day from whom we've been hard at work trying to get everything ready. But to get us underway on Anzac Day, here's Trent Callan.
So the stage is set here in the middle of Cheong Park. There's an early whistle, holding free. It'll go the way of South Croydon. Kicking to the left of screen. Sarah O'Toole, the captain, spots a teammate on the 45 who has number 23, not on our team sheet, found her by hand, and then she eventually turned it over. So SBL Wolves with a chance to head down the broadcast side wing. There's a one-on-one in pursuit there. Trapping it well was Flanagan. Mentioned her pre-game. Inboard now, a dribbling ball. Half-forward flank. Numbers collide at ground level. Can they trap it in? It's still squirting about. They feed it out the back to Deggs, as she prefers to be known, running the gauntlet outside defensive 50. She ran herself into trouble, put her teammate under immediate heat, and there's holding the ball, free kick. Opening minute and the pressure's hot early.
It is indeed. So SBL off to a great start, and here's Paige McMaster to potentially open the scoring. She doesn't, she goes short. Players will fly. No one can quite get possession of it. It's going to be a ball up. We're off to a red hot start here, I reckon. Ryan Long.
Absolutely. Interesting in the conditions. What do you reckon it is about now? About 25 degrees almost?
Oh, it's red hot. Probably doesn't really feel like it. It actually is in terms of temperature.
So the girls wouldn't have played in too many games like this with the in terms of temperature-wise, which will be interesting to see if they can certainly keep this pace of 4 quarters.
So SBL Wolves managed to lock it in. Mark was almost taken there by Flanagan. It heads to ground. Here's Flanagan again, gets the hand pass off. Team intended target couldn't quite get it. Schuster, bouncing ball along the ground. It's going to be stopped by the South Croydon defender. Just hovering around the point post line. It's Brebner who has possession of the footy, but now she's lost it. The umpire's going to ball it up just to the right of the goal place. Rucks go to work. It's almost tapped over the line. It's going to just be floating around the goal place, if not for a quick clearing attempt from South Croydon. Umpire says, I'll have it just at the top of the 50. 45 as the case may be. Play restarts. Footy gets a little bit closer to goal. In comes Flanagan. She just completely missed her intended target. Picking up the ball there was Hawker. We've tried to get it. Name a number all day. Big kick there from Flanagan. Just missed everything. The first score.
Out of bounds, Jono.
It has gone out of bounds. There we go. So
it is a good start here from South Croydon, from the SBL Wolves, just to be able to lock it inside 50 for the opening 3 minutes and putting the pressure on the back 6 for or the back 5 from South Croydon.
There would have been nerves heading in, but the Wolves have settled well as running it. They head back inside 50 to the hot spot. Going back with the flight there was McMaster. Couldn't quite reel it in. Handball into space now. South Croydon backline under serious pressure. Doing anything they can to try and exit. The ball's still bubbling about now. It's socketed forward. Can she run onto it? A clean pick up on the sidestep. And off the boot, let her down. The first blemish of this afternoon goes the way of the Wolves. It's been one-way traffic early at the moment. You mentioned the heat there, Ryan. It's apparently hot enough to be sitting underneath an umbrella.
I burn easy, Trent.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time here from Ryan Long. Not really. This isn't down the coast. This isn't Berwick. Out they come, South Croydon. Great work there from, I think it was McMillan, to take it out. Mark's easily taken by the intended target. I think that was Katie Shanahan. Gets the handball off. Centering ball for Brebner. The Dogs advance. Inside 45 they go. Bouncing footy. Getting off the half volley. A shot at goal. Across the face. Missing everything again. So a little bit of deja vu, Trent.
So how much space though Prendergast got then inside forward 50.
Last possession rule going the way of the Wolves.
I apologise, the number 44 there was Griffin.
So the exit ball now, tracking it, South Croydon. Couldn't quite collect it at ground level, then applies the tackle. Spinning around now, right in front of us. Strapped well there from
Southam.
34, Smith it was, for South Croydon. Running back through the corridor now, high up and under, off the boot of Withers. The captain there for the Wolves. Immediately claimed there, a throwing free kick. Good tackling pressure applied by South Croydon. The centre of Cheong Park. They can bite off the 45. It's a dangerous ball. Shepherd intercepts. She could pump him back inside forward 50. Over the head of Schuster. Slightly misjudged it in the air. It's on the deck again. Flanagan will try and go to work. Throws it out again. In fact, Flanagan has it now. Heads to the outer wing side. She's got a teammate in space in Griffin, who slightly fumbled, and it's been the story of the opening couple of minutes for South Croydon. Down the line again, trying to trap it once more on the half volley. Couldn't quite. That was Prendergast. There's been a whistle. The South Croydon dog on the bottom of the pack. We have free kick. So down the line, she just heads to the numbers. And they read it well. The Wolves, mark not paid in the end. And then she's dumped into the turf in front of the scoreboard there. Wolves lead it by a point. 6.5 minutes played.
Gee, it's getting hotter and hotter down here at Cheong Park. Up goes the footy. Footy hits the deck. Prendergast in there, couldn't quite pick up the football. The Wolves just peppering away, trying to gain possession as the ball heads towards South Croydon's end. Players in, left to the right. Someone pick it up. Yes, it was a Wolves player for a moment, but another ball up. Now it's just a little bit deeper inside there, forward. Footy goes up. Yeah, they might be able to come out there. I probably do. Yeah. They come out. South Belgrave, but there's only one player, well, two players or three in the centre of the ground. Look at this from South Belgrave. They're just absolutely on fire at the moment. The intercept almost came from McMillan. She couldn't quite. And now here is Hawker again to the top of the 50, but the mark is taken by the Doggies. Egan goes on the 45, finds the intended target. And they just try and caress the ball around. The intended target there on the wing there was Brebner. It's turned over again into relatively open space. The Wolves player can pick it up, but then some South Croydon players come to meet her. Flanagan missed it. And it's going to be wrapped up here. McMaster, the player, wrapped up. Another ball up this time.
So a bit of back and forth footy here. 40 out from home to the right of screen, the way of the Wolves. Trying to collect it at her feet was Pendlebury. There's been another whistle. South Croydon will take it. Still yet to register the major. They've had sort of all the play, it seems. Standing underneath that one well was Whittle. Marks on the juggle, assesses the options down the line. Just got a teammate running shotgun. Finds her by hand. His first sighting of Black, who marks and plays on. All the experience coming to the fore now for Taylor Black rather. Bouncing ball was unkind for them all. Thrown out there. Found her teammate from a standing start.
Bibby.
Offline it was, although on the goal line lurking again was Black.
How about the speed there from Withers to chase down Black? Otherwise, she may have just run into an open goal. So that's the pressure that she's been starting with and been one of the Wolves' best players in the opening 9 minutes.
So Withers from the back line comes out with a big kick on the 45. The mark is taken well. Great grab there from Grimmer. She's one to watch today. She sends it further afield. There's a great tap there as Brebner manages to play her part in the turnover. Great hands. As South Croydon try and advance further, and they just can't. The Wolves doing very, very well to cut off every defensive effort so far. Now here's South Croydon again. I think that was Smith. She was wrapped up, and then that was a great kick off the ground from Flanagan. Top of the 50 now. Could be all Wolves here. I think that was McMaster again. She's playing a lot of roles in the forward 50. Here's a kick for a goal. It's bounced across the face. And another behind to the SBL Wolves. 2 straight to 1. 2 straight behinds, I should say, to 1 straight behind as we tick over halfway in the first term.
So once they fetch this down the back, it'll be Denny Egan for South Croydon to bring it back into play. In fact, there's been a free kick, Jono.
Okay.
And taking it's Fraser. She calmly slots through the Wolves first. They open their account. 1 goal, 2. Plays South Croydon with a 1 blemish to their name. Not quite sure. Can you sum that?
I actually didn't see what happened there, what the free kick was for, but they deserved a goal because they probably owned this the first 11 minutes. I think South Croydon have only had the 2 inside 50s, and the SBL Wolves seem to be running a bit better in this opening term and creating those opportunities with a lot of leg speed. So a great start for the Wolves, who come in as probably the underdogs this afternoon.
They do indeed. 11.5 minutes gone. Rucks go to work in the centre of the ground. But it's going to be the Wolves again. Coming out, here's Mason. But it's cut off by South Croydon for the moment. And they're able just to settle. Ball coming towards the middle. Well cut off there from, I think it was McMaster again. They've got open space ahead of him. Here's the number 35, who I don't think I've seen before. It might 25. Have been 25, there you go. Fraser, it was. I apologise. I think round 1 jitters, I suppose, Ryan. So South Croydon can try and clear out. Dispossessed there was McKellar. Tackle was laid. Holding the ball's the call. It's been all the Wolves at the moment. What a huge start from them. Hayley Wolf, appropriately named for the team that she plays for, gets the kick in to the hot spot. Off hands. Ball hits the deck. McMaster's in there as well. She couldn't quite pick up the mark. Oh, around the body was great. To a one-on-one contest between the two number 21s. Benita Wilder sees it over.
That was Grimmer with the ball forward then. She's done most of her work down back. So this time can confirm South Croydon will bring it back into play with a kick out. So down the corridor they sort of go. Centre half back. It's off hands. They've got good representation at the ground, do the Wolves. Although the pressure was hot enough for South Croydon. There's Taylor Black getting involved again, wrapped up well in the centre of the ground of a stoppage. So the umpire clears her path from behind. 2 rucks go at it again. Met solidly there was Pendlebury. We'll have another stoppage, same spot. Jono.
So just to the far side, on the other side of the synthetic wicket. South Croydon try and put the effort in. Bibby dispossessed but still got the footy back. Are they a chance to mark inside or maybe even goal, South Croydon? Off hands, ball hits the deck. It was the number 19 for South Croydon who was wrapped up. And then it was a clearing effort there from the Wolves. Mason couldn't quite take possession of the ball. They're inside the centre square now. Here's Price. She might get the ball back again. Dispossessed. Here's Southam trying to paddle it along the ground. She tackled Lay. Lay was held. Umpire saw fit to award her a free kick. Right on the synthetic wicket or just on the edge of the centre circle. The kick goes on the 45. It's almost as if perhaps there might be a bit of sweat on the footy playing part in the affair today so far. Here's Lay. 55 out from goal to the hot spot. Mark was almost taken there. Grimwade tried to put the effort in. Footy hits the deck. A ball up, 35 out from goal here. It's a red hot contest as well as the weather, Ryan.
Absolutely.
So slap forward, straight down the throat of the Wolves. Clearing ball, it went more so high than it did forward. We'll have another stoppage.
It's certainly been a real positive quarter, though, for the Wolves to be able to stop a South Croydon side, which is so strong when they get going up forward.
They do look a little bit different, though, I suppose, right?
It is a different side as well.
So Bailey Withers has the big job on Taylor Black, comp best and fairest winner from last year. This time the palm down lands with Alice, who just slaps it out of there. It's a good policy. They've got numbers again at the fall. Bounce was unkind there for Brebner. They'll have to work back and help out her teammate who's gang tackled. And we'll have another stoppage in the middle of Cheong Park. Crowd slowly building into this. Of course, the seniors to follow this one. Set to be a cracker. And wrapped up again, and another ball up. Jono.
So just on the edge of the square. Ruck's guy, no one can quite take clear possession of the ball. Is Withers trying to crunch her way through. Dispossessed, still managed to get the handball out. Now here's Marshall with the kick forward, but it's a little bit skew if. South Croydon can sort of mop up here. Tackled there was Whittle, holding the ball's the call.
Oh, that's
and
25.
25-metre penalty. So costly there. Umpire says clear the area. So Elisa Sharp awarded the 25-metre penalty there. Kicks across to a pack of players. And we've got a ball up. I think it might be somewhere around the 40-metre mark, perhaps, for SBL. Very scrappy footy. The hot weather certainly playing a part in this at the moment, as we'll have another ball up after Brooke Smith, the skipper,
I'd like to get
was wrapped up.
Just one more in the last 2 minutes here would make sort of capitalise on their work that they've done this quarter, because they've been the better side.
Yeah, red time goal would certainly hurt South Croydon here. They can be happy with where the scoreboard sits at the moment, considering their start. So measured ball out wide, finds South Croydon teammate who can wheel and go. It'll sail over the head of a 2-on-2 contest. Running onto it well there was the Wolves player. They sorted out by hand. Schuster again. Oh, run down. Holding the footy. Prendergast it was. That might just lift this South Croydon outfit.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, and then Schuster again with the smother. And wrapped up again in front of the faithful. So as we tick closer to a minute remaining in this first term, it'll be interesting to get near into the South Croydon huddle at the break. So Coach Simon Hammersley, it'll be interesting on his brief. So inboard now. Griffin, she tracks this one. Skips across the synthetic pitch, Flanagan again. Found her quarterback by hand. There's Black getting involved, can pop it over the top. And Bibby's in space. Decides against playing on and sends her left boot to the hot spot. Marking well at the 4 there was Grimwade. Still time for another one here. Heads to the pocket. It's a bouncing ball. Grimmer there. Just hacks it out of there. And it might trickle over. So 20 seconds here. They've got to hurry, do the Dogs.
Time might be against them though, Trent.
10 seconds now.
Got to get it quick. Got to get it in quickly.
Very quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chance.
Free kick.
Free kick. Oh, that's costly.
Free kick going the way of Bibby, it might be.
I think it might be, yeah.
So on, after the siren here, Bibby lines up, measured approach, and she splits the middle. Huge late goal for South Croydon, and they're back in the hunt.
Gee whiz, the girl from Ballarat playing her first game for South Croydon gets one, and let's get some thoughts from Ryan Long for the first term.
Yeah, probably. I mean, to look at the scoreboard there, 117 to 128 is a bit surprising when the Wolves probably controlled the first 10 to 12 minutes. But South Croydon kept working into the game. They started to get some late inside 50s there, and that's a perfect result at the end to finish with a goal. And even game, which is fantastic, and two great sides. So looking forward to seeing how this contest plays out.
We'll get some further thoughts to preview the second quarter, including hopefully the coaches' messages as well, as we head to the quarter time break. It's South Croydon 117 to SBL Wolves 128 here on the Deakin University Match of the Day.
This is a great setup.
The sun's gone.
He's been playing for 5 years. I'm runner-up in mathematics. Oh yes, he's a mathematician. Set up that. What were they? They laughed. Everyone called shit. Someone was I could ask Brad should do it. Who would actually do it? Yeah, I'll just
Welcome back to the Deakin University Match of the Round on this Tuesday afternoon. Anzac Day, April 25, 2023. It's the South Croydon Bulldogs up against the SBL Wolves. The score, only 1 point in it. South Croydon 117 to the away side 128. John O'Ven, Trent Cowan and EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long with you for this afternoon. And yeah, not much in it, is there, Trent?
No, it's sort of hard to sort of wrap your head around that South Croydon only trailed by that 1 point. Obviously that late goal courtesy of Ella Bibi across from Ballarat this year. Yeah, they probably shouldn't be that close.
I think it's probably their back lines really stood up. They were under a lot of pressure, some repeat inside 50s there for the Wolves, and they held their ground and certainly were able to get something going in the last 5 to 10 minutes of that quarter. And it's a really interesting game because the Wolves have come out firing. I thought Withers was fantastic, especially just with her run. You know, you go back to that inside 50 there where her pressure was able to put off the kick and stop a potential goal. So that's one player that certainly has stood up well.
Well, she's got that roll on Black to sort of nullify her impact, but then she's been able to also on the transition have an impact of her own. So
yeah, and that's probably been one of their big strengths in this opening half. Their run off the half back line and creating some opportunities. They're willing to take the game on, which is what you got to do, and they've done that well. But to South Croydon's credit, they've just been able to hang in there, and only 1 point in at a quarter time, they'll have a lot to build on.
So South Croydon, South Belgrave, Listerfield, I should say, first to break from their huddle. It says something about them, doesn't it? They're really hungry for a win to start off the year.
yeah, they've come prepared and they've sort of made a statement in that opening term. It'll be interesting to see how they go about it in this second term. We've got word out of South Croydon camp by the looks of it. Led to boundary in a sec.
So keen to elaborate on that as the game goes on, but pretty much all is in readiness for the second term. And Ryan Long to run us through the coach's messages very shortly as we get underway for the second term. You're with Trent Cullen.
So second term underway on Anzac Day. South Croydon will try and win the clearance. Buttering up well there was Prendergast. Then wrapped up again. We'll have another stoppage in the centre of the ground. So South Croydon this time kicking to the right of screen, trying to burst clear with the Wolves in the centre. That running onto it was Mason. She can pump him inside 50. It's a shallow entry. Ball evades Flanagan. And the exit ball spilt out of the breadbasket of Wolf. As Jono touched on, the appropriately named Wolf.
But the Wolves, they're very happy with their early pressure, especially from their midfield group.
Thanks to Ryan Long and indeed Kate Green for that. As we're on the edge of the 50 paint on the near side. Wrapped up was Hawker. Will go up again. Was Grimmer, went up in the ruck there, got the tap down. In hard there was Price. Price, look at this. Great kick, great clearing kick. Absolutely stunning there for Bibby. Right in the centre circle, who can get a mark. Pushed out was that South Belgrave Listerfield player. And she'll have a chance to switch. Intended target there was Wolf. And now it's a turnover in the hands of the South Croydon player. She's wrapped up by 2 Wolves players. And we'll have a ball up about 55 metres out from goal. Up we go then. Clearing kick there to the hot spot, the goal place. One behind scored. And now scores a level.
Scores are level. Right you are, Jono. So South Croydon to bring it back into play. Broadcast side they head. Getting up there was Malice. Couldn't quite latch onto it. Standing underneath that high ball was Fitzgerald. Likewise, couldn't quite handle it. Wolves at ground level. She might have thrown that. The umpire's quick to ping her as well. So through Grimwade. 40 out from home. She can head short. It wasn't at all where she intended to head that one, and cutting it off was Withers. So South Croydon, they've created the turnover again through Brebner. Back inside 50 they head. There's Lay at ground level. She's got 3 to beat. And the numbers win out with the Wolves. Broadcast side, another high up and under. Standing underneath it was Schuster. She's got Flanagan for company. And then a good tackle applied there from Hawker on true centre wing, and we'll have another ball up.
Again, it's that pressure, Jono, especially from their midfield group. They've done really well so far, not giving South Croydon any space.
2 very experienced umpires out in the park. 2 are there for the Premier A Grand Final as they restart things here at Cheong Park. That was Hawker trying to gain possession of the footy. Lay's lurking, might get the hand pass off the South Croydon player in Bibby was infringed with. I'm sorry, that was Griffin. Options present. Lowers the eyes. I think that was Grimwade, couldn't quite take the mark, but they're still on here. Here's Griffin again. Shanky kick, McMaster in defence. Clearing kick's very good. As the Wolves can just slow things down around the boundary line. They don't elect to do that. Instead, they go inboard. Taking the mark there was Foster. They can slow play down again. They've got a bit of open space ahead of them. The intended target was likely Southam there. She's got a bit of work to do to try and pick up the footy. She gets it as her opponent was left behind. Sling tackle, though, from the South Croydon player. It might have been McMillan. As the Wolves will try and come inside 50. Great work there from South Croydon as they try and get the footy from the defensive effort. They're actually going to have a free kick here in defensive 50. It's immediately turned over just on the opposite side wing, Trent Callan.
So she can pump him inside 50 again, standing underneath this one. Juggling march, he tried to claim it there. That was Brebner. They work it out by hand again through Whittle. Head to the outer wing side. Standing underneath that one was Griffin. Spilt the mark and then wrapped up again. We'll have another whistle. Holding free will go the way of Taylor Black. It might be on the outer side. So down the line again. So the tall Timber running onto this one in time and space. Might be McMillan. Inside 50, bouncing ball. Socket off the ground. And it'll trickle over. South Croydon's footy once more. Who are starting to tick into gear in the second term. It's been this last entry kick that's let them down so far. They'll head to the hot spot. The teeth of goal. Charging onto this one was Bibby. Butters up well at ground level to Sarah Black, who slots through her first. Doesn't need a lot of the footy to have an impact. Taylor Black.
I should mention, Trent, if it's any consolation, Sarah Black, AFL media journalist, is in the building. She does actually play for South Croydon, although injured of late. She's very good at what she does too. She's a Richmond fan as well.
But just to be able to create those opportunities, she's so well in putting herself in the right spot, and that's exactly what she did there, obviously. A big season last year, hit the scoreboard quite a bit, and already starting to this quarter, and it's been a strong start from the Dogs in the second term.
I've been impressed with the work of Bibby as well.
Yep.
On either side of this first term.
Yeah, one of about 6 new players here for the South Croydon side.
A lot of them are from the country as well, as play restarts, and South Croydon can pick up from where they left off. Black couldn't quite take the mark. She might be able to get the ball back here. Nah, Prendergast, if you don't mind. Easy as you like. And they get their second consecutive goal, Ryan Long.
And one player who's really starting to get on top of the game is Griffin in the middle. You saw the clearance there. Just had the space and time, and the kick inside 50 was a good one, a bit of a chaos kick, and in the right spot. Prendergast, they're starting to certainly get on top in the mid.
So South Croydon 3-2-20, playing the Wolves 1-2-8. Nice little buffer created. 2 in a minute there. And it's from the household names in Black and Prendergast hitting the scoreboard here. So back in the centre of Cheong Park again. Have the Wolves got a quick reply of their own? Running onto this one was McMillan. She's beaten in a foot race with Hawker. And Wolves can work it out by hand. Inside 50, 1-on-1 contest, and on the chest. Marking well was Wilder. First sighting of her today. She's got a long searching lead, the teammate in mind, and then dumped in the marking contest. Free kick in the teeth of goal.
Flanagan, the skip up, the vice captain.
Going the way of Flanagan, as you heard. That quick reply we just mentioned sits with Flanagan to answer.
And well done by Hawker there to get that centre clearance. They desperately needed it.
So Flanagan, in she steps and makes no mistake of that one. The Wolves hit back hard.
Well, after a bit of a stalemate in that first quarter, it certainly started to open up, which we thought would happen eventually, and those clearances are just going to become so important. Just give their forwards first use of the ball.
I feel like it's going to be neck and neck throughout the whole day. It sort of set the tone early here on Anzac Day. Cheong Park, the first of 2 matches of the round today. Just a perfect day for footy. What more can you say, really?
There's no excuses, is there? Clean hands at all, high scoring affair. The weights.
Absolutely. South Belgrave out of the middle. Prendergast, the former goal scorer, picking the footy up, looking for her intended target. Couldn't quite, as the Wolves just try and manufacture a way out of this one. On the deck, though, was Hammersley, as the Doggies just try and clear the footy out. They're going to do so after a chain of handballs there. And they're definitely, most definitely on. Prendergast again to the right. A minor score.
She's looking dangerous.
She's on fire. Absolutely on fire as we go to 3-3-21, 2-2-14. Just over 10 minutes gone in the second quarter. Trent Carlin.
That was a smart handball by Black to her advantage again. She's kept that width running on the outside and nearly slotted through her second. Standing underneath this one, Price it is, the ex-VFL footballer. Spots something she likes in the middle of the ground, and Taylor Black had her name written all over it. 30 out, no angle to speak of. She's starting to stamp her class on this Anzac Day game. Someone of her quality, you can almost pencil this in. She strolls in now. Does Taylor Black. And look at that. Look at that. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And another little buffer created by South Croydon here. They move to 4-3-27. The Wolves 2-2-14.
Something we underestimate is just the ability to kick straight from set shots, and we see it in any competition. Sides really struggle with inaccuracy, and then someone like Taylor Black, with the, as you said, the quality of a player she is, that it doesn't get much better of a kick. That's a beautiful set shot, and starting to really come into this game in this second term.
Definitely cementing the 3 votes already.
Gone early, Jono.
Probably in the umpire's eyes. I know I've gone the early crow.
We're only 12 minutes into the second quarter.
And it's only round 1, but nevertheless you can still deliberate about votes, surely. So we go back in the restart, and the Wolves are trying to find a way out through Flanagan, I think it was, but players hit the deck just on the edge of the centre square. Broadcast side will go again. Up goes the footy. Fitzgerald missed it on this occasion. Footy's wrapped up, we'll do it all again. So Fitzgerald to likely take the ruck contest again. She gets hands to it this time. South Croydon trying to clear the pack, but Shepherd's got the deft touch, and now the Wolves have got it again, if not for an umpire's whistle. As we can see a Wolves player on the ground, just a little bit worse for wear. She can get up though and potentially take this kick, although it was Maddie Southam who just went to check on the welfare of her teammate and Foster. Foster to the hot spot, intercepted by the South Croydon skipper, Smith. Send it back from whence it came. Here's Foster again. No, it's not. Southam quickly moves off her mark to the top of the goal square. One-on-one contest. Intercepted by Brebner. She's got Smith for company, but goes to the opposite side. Down the corridor now. Giddens. Missed the intended target. Chasing the footy is Price. Can she get onto it? No. Players hit the deck. Ball up imminent. No, it comes out the back of the contest. Withers manages to pick it up. And now a chance for SBL. Inside 50 they go. And they're doing all the attacking at the moment. O'Toole missed it. Still a pack of players form. There's a bit of a rugby maul inside 50 for South Belgrave Listerfield. But there's a ball up and we'll go at it about 25 metres out from goal. Great tap there from Fitzgerald. Whistle out of zone. Free kick South Croydon in the back line.
Yeah, Wolfett was infringing there. McMillan right in front of us. And head down the line. It's a good policy. Just put it anywhere near.
Guess who?
Taylor Black. She tries to step through the traffic. Does well enough. The bounce was unkind for Bibby, and they sort it out by hand again. Through Fraser. Dumps a long one to that captain in Brooke Smith. Immediately looks inboard.
Trent, where do you make a decision to put Withers back on Black at the moment?
I think you'll have to. She's had a good couple of minutes. As the ball sits on the deck now. Half-back flank for South Croydon. And it's almost stacks on style. We'll have another stoppage.
She's just starting to really get on top of the game, so one to watch, especially in this last 5 minutes of the quarter.
5 minutes to go, as Ryan says, as it's Withers off the ground. Infringe with potentially just a little bit of high contact to the neck. She can't get the footy though, as Egan clears for South Croydon. Off the ball, I think there was contact made to late, as the Wolves intercept in the middle. And there's another stoppage on the opposite side wing, just overlooking the scoreboard. Umpire throws the footy up. Tap down there was by Fitzgerald again. Another ball up. Lots of stoppages as there's one team that's trying to break out and find space. The Wolves have it at the moment. Great tackle laid by Brebner. She's been pretty good with the tackles today, gents, so far. Inside 50, the mark is taken by McMaster. Now to the hot spot. Top of the goal square, Flanagan's lurking. She can't take the mark though. And South Croydon have it deep in defence. Kick goes for McMillan. The dual coder for the Bulldogs. Plays netball as well. Goes across the boundary line. Intercepted by Wolf. Has she got the distance from here? Don't think she does. Play on's the call. Hot spot. Flanagan couldn't take the mark on this occasion. The hands off for South Croydon. Intercepted almost there by Wilder. Players hit the deck. Ball up at the top of the goal square. Lots in it at the moment. Trent Cullen.
She's not the spot you want to be fumbling either. I won't name and shame, but high up and under again. It's tossed up. There's Hawker. Running onto it there was Sarah O'Toole. And to pump it back inside, Wolf again on her left. Brilliant. Underneath this one, she plays on.
McMaster.
Geez, that was a strange decision. Might still work out in the end. Although the pressure's good enough.
So it was going to be a tough angle to kick from, but probably had a bit more time to maybe pass it off.
Bit of rush of blood there, getting the better of it. So ball up again. Whittle in the ruck once more. This time South Croydon defending grimly.
Certainly important to lock it in here for the last 3 minutes and hopefully for their sake finish with one more.
They fisted again, another tackle laid. Trying to slap it to the advantage of her teammate there was South Croydon. Ball trickling about, it's thrown out to the quarterback, the back of the stoppage, and it'll trickle out of bounds. I'm enjoying the matchup of the two number 34s, Brooke Smith and Olivia Flanagan, going toe-to-toe.
Two great leaders in their own right here at Cheong Park.
So another ball up for Whittle again. Running onto this one was Brebner. She's dumped immediately into the turf. We'll have another stoppage, 20 out. 90 seconds left in this second term. Ball up once more. Whittle again slaps it forward. Beating out McMaster. McMillan will try and trap it at ground level. She's met solidly on the arc of 50 and we'll have another ball up. They've really led on the leaders in this quarter, South Croydon. It's a good reason why they're leading this ball game at the moment. Another stoppage imminent here again. The umpire crosses his chest once more. So a minute left to play here, Jono.
I reckon lock it in might be the order of the day so far here in this second term. Might be a chance late though, inside the last minute. About 45 seconds left in the first half. Clearance efforts made by both teams. Oh, South Croydon about to come out here. That's brilliant. To open space, only two players ahead of them. And now the ball just completely misses them both. They're red hot here, if not for an umpire's whistle. Who's it going the way of?
It's a throw on the South Croydon girls.
Going the opposite way as we tick inside 25 seconds here in the first half on Anzac Day. Deakin University Match of the round, and I think that the Wolves might just park the bus here. 15 seconds to a contest. Ball spills. Trying to get it out there is McMillan. She's just lurking around the contest, but it'll be the Wolves with the last word in the first half. It's now half time in the Deakin University Match of the round. South Croydon 4-3-27 to SBL Wolves 2-2-14. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
everyone.